Question 743. A relative of Greg Davies once said of Oscar Pistorius, "What a shame, nice lad. He had the world at his feet."
Ooh.
What is the most accidentally offensive, funny thing that you or one of your relatives has ever said?
Oh no.
Oh. I don't think I can repeat most of it.
It's got to be accidentally offensive. Just offensive doesn't count.
So, my cousin, when I came out as asexual to my family, basically, he was trying to explain what ace meant. He just basically said, "Oh yeah, that's when they like to fuck the ace of spade card."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had to explain not only to him but everyone else that that's not how it works.
The only thing that I can think of that was accidental was a story that my mom told me about when I was 3 or 4, and she said that she was in the checkout line and that there was a gentleman behind her who was black, and that I said really loud, "He's really dark, Mama," and I didn't mean it like negatively at all, right? But it was just. I was a kid, and I was like, "He's really dark, Mama." And my mom said, she turned around, she's like, "I am so sorry. I am so sorry."
Yeah, you were a kid.
I was like 3
Kids
or
always
4.
do things like that.
They do, and most people are quite forgiving of it.
Old people too. I'll get there eventually.
Manda.
So, I was dating this guy a couple of years ago, and he was African American. And after the first night I had spent at his house, I came home, and my mother's literally the first words that came out of her mouth were, "How big is it?" So, yeah, that was kind of super offensive, and yeah. But my parents are very.
Yeah.
They're kind of a little racist, a little bit, but she was very excited to hear details and stuff, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, Mom. So, I don't think she meant it to be racist. She was just curious, I guess.
Well, that's the problem with a lot of racism. Some people don't realize they're doing it.
No, but they watch a lot of Fox News and shit. So half of the stuff that comes out of there now is racist, and they don't see it as such because they're just so used to it. So, nah.
Jenny says, "My brother once said to one of my employees, 'Look at that ugly woman coming into the building.' The employee responded, 'She's my wife.'" Jen.
Yeah, I'm having your problem. I'm sure it's happened because my family are all out there and we just say what comes into our heads. So, I can probably think of something I've done if I think long enough. But I'm sure people in here can think of things I've done.
I can think of something you said in the past fucking week that was pretty racist.
What did I say in the last week?
Another penis size thing, actually, but we'll just carry on.
No idea. But no, I actually can't think of anything. And I know it's happened, but I just actually can't think of anything.
The worst thing is, the only thing I can recall now, and I'm sure I know I've done it lots, of accidentally fucking up. Right? The worst thing is come on, calling Manda the wrong name because I was desperately trying not to. In the middle of a fucking stream.
You mean the bad name that I don't like?
The bad name that you don't like.
Okay.
And I was just
that
like,
when you did it the other day?
That's okay.
It's in my head as that thing that's upsetting. I'm sitting here going,
Yeah,
don't say that. People said
mention it because now you'll probably do it.
I know. The worst thing is, I almost did it then. My head goes, wait there. Which one was it?
I forgive you, Dave. It's okay.
So
it doesn't make it right.
You're upset by it, but thank you.
If my little nephew could watch this, he'd hate me for telling this story. But when he was about 6 years old, his dad and I always had the running joke that if a cop passed us on the road, we'd always go, "It smells like bacon," and then we'd have him go oink oink, and we're pushing him along in Walmart, and a couple of cops walk by, and he goes, "It smells like bacon, oink oink," as loud as he could, and I'm like, oh, fuck. And
I have thought of one I did when I was in high school. We had a teacher who was talking about morality, and she used sexual morality, and she was using her and her husband's relationship as an example, and then she wanted then she was talking about sexual infidelity as well, and I just said off the top of my head, "But you don't know who else he is sleeping with."
Oh.
But I was in the train of the conversation, and she brought up her own husband as an example, but I didn't mean it like that. She got so offended that she kept the entire class under suspension. We were suspended. We got, I was like, ah.
Yeah, I think I've heard that story before. It sounds like something young Jen would do.
Ilya.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
She already did. She said the story about
when I was a kid.
was little.
Yeah.
You're right, my bad. My apologies. See, I do remember people. That's the wrong way around. Kira.
What?
Did you answer?
No, I don't remember the question.
Oh. What is the most accidentally offensive / funny thing that you or one of your relatives has ever said?
It's super loud.
My family is pretty offensive on purpose. I got nothing. Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's allowed.
Now you can move on.
No, what 2 seconds? Brilliant says, my dad asked me why Asians talk so loud. I had to remind him that that's rather racist. Godless Granny says, my sister was 3. She said lucky ducky and continued to make rhymes, got to fucky and didn't understand why my mum got mad.
Oh, Jesus.
I told you my before I knew what cunt meant, I screamed it at my sister. And it was the hardest I'd ever been hit by my mum because she was stood behind me and she just twatted me round the head.
So the one offensive thing I think I ever said to my mom was when I was, I think 10. My sister was she was either a freshman or sophomore in high school. I don't remember, but she was learning Spanish, and she said to me, "El burro sabe más que tú," which I now know what it means, but at the time, she told me it meant a pig flew over the moon. And my mom had said something to me, and I had rolled my eyes, and I repeated it, and I got the shit slapped out of me, and then she told me what it meant.
And what does it mean?
It means, basically, it's calling somebody a dumbass in Spanish. It's basically, it's a donkey is smarter than you.
Oh.
Ooh.
When I went to a camp in the Poconos when I was much younger, a gymnastics camp, and there was a French-Canadian girl there, and there was only one thing I knew how to say in French, but I didn't know what it meant. And it was from that song, "Will you go to bed with me tonight?" So I said it to her, not knowing what the fuck it meant. And yeah, that was pretty funny. She was like, "What? No, what?" So,
Sammy said, my grandmother, while learning English, asked if we raped our potatoes.
What?
No idea. Oh, just, I love that.
How do you ever sleep?
He's really horny.
The question, how do I ever sleep? I smoke a lot of weed.
All right. I'll take that as an answer then.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.